All right, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a good week. Some really good trades this week, and also some good looking templates possibly setting up for today or maybe the back half of the week. A lot of news coming in the back half of the week. A lot of things closing in breakout yesterday. Shaky, good morning. So we're going to chit-chat a little bit about what I'm looking for, about what I'm seeing, about how I plan to trade each pair. Paulie, good morning. Justice, good morning to you as well. I can feel it. This is going to be a good stream. Hopefully tons of people are interacting, and we can all just hang out and enjoy and have a good time. Gregorio, good morning to you. Market go down. Yeah. I think that might be a new phrase. Market go up, market go down. Give it a little caveman action here and there. Can't make it any more simple than that. All right, we're getting started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. Let's get this banjo out of your ears. Although I do enjoy listening to it every single Wednesday and Friday. I love that song for whatever reason. All right, get my smiling chompers up there so you can see me. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information on this channel is provided for education, informational purposes only, without express or implied words of any kind, including words of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Please feel free to pause the stream, read through this, and we will get going. I wanted to start off this stream. We have had a few videos do pretty well recently, and we have a lot of new members to the Pips to Profit community, and I'm hoping that some of you are here now, and I'm going to assume that you are. So I'm going to go through some of the system mechanics before going into this live stream and making you all panic and realize that maybe you don't know or you can't follow along or anything like that. So I'm going to, it's always good, right, to go back to the basics. Go through some of the basics of the system, what I'm looking for, and then we'll jump into the stream and look at 5 pairs and see what kind of things are presenting. So just a reminder, there's 3 sessions in the day. We're looking at Asia, London, and New York. All of these are Eastern Standard Times, 8 to 11, 2 to 5, 8 to 11. All right. I'm only looking to take trades on the inside of these timing windows. Oh my goodness, what have I done? That's supposed to say New York. I personally only trade in New York. But if you trade in Asia or London, that's totally okay. The setups remain the same. I'm looking for the same exact setups regardless of session. I'm just looking for those setups to build and present in my session. I'm only looking to take playbook trades, and those playbook trades consist of signals, some type of signal, an outside day, inside day, 3 days of breakout, first red day, first green day. Any one of these can present during a weekly template or a 3-day cycle, but they don't necessarily have to present on the inside of one of these. However, whenever you have a weekly template or a 3-day cycle, it is nice to have one of these. So it kind of comes full circle. And I'm going to show you some examples. The 3-day cycle and the weekly template, they are the exact same templates, except weekly templates will consist or be over the course of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The 3-day cycle can consist on or occur on any day of the week, Friday, Tuesday, or Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so forth. No, London, I messed up and put London twice because I probably just copy and pasted like a weirdo. This is supposed to say New York over here for the yellow box. Let's keep going. Previous months, weeks, this is the basis of the entire system. The fact that the market only does three things: breakout trend, reverse, or stay inside of a trading range, the three market conditions. And we're using the previous day's high and low and the previous week's high and low to determine what condition we're currently in. Are we breaking out to the upside? Are we breaking out to the downside? And what setups could possibly be associated with that? Max, good morning to you. Tony as well. Hello, hello. All right, so for example, this chart is in breakout to the upside. So I project this level across and would say, okay, well, if I'm going to look for a trend trade, what would I like to see? I'd like to see maybe 3 levels of drop to get a low of day trend trade back through the high. I'd like to maybe see Asia break the high, London pull back, New York is the trade. If it's day 3 of the week and we're in breakout to the upside, maybe I want to see lower lows, lower highs for the breakout to fail and go back towards the other side of the week. Where's the mustache? It got shaved off. The mustache did a pump and dump. Let's go to the 3 things that markets do. We got peak formation low, peak formation high. Could be one of the templates. And we're going to talk about those here in a second. This is like a peak low, peak high. This is a signal possibly for a dump for a pump. Also could just be a heartbeat pattern. I always talk about the heartbeat monitor doing something like this. Stacey Burke talks about the 3-day rectangle. We'll talk about those here in a second. Okay, market structure. There's a few different ways that you can view market structure. You can look at the inside internally. I like to look at internal structure on the day. 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, and it helps me with my entries. Okay, that's the only thing that I'm using it for. I'm not using it for anything else other than I have a larger 3-day opportunity that's building. I'm at the high of the day, I'm at the low of the day, and I have some sort of squeeze pattern, or maybe even the high of the session, low of the session, a squeeze pattern that is forming in order for me to get in. And I'm using the structure on the day, the internal structure, to help me determine when the market is flipping from we're pumping to now we're dumping, or we're dumping and now we're pumping. I look for squeeze patterns based off of that. I'm using previous day's highs and lows to help me establish a larger 3-day template. Structurally, if market go down, we break market high, market might be going up. All right, that might be an indication for the market to dump back down and go higher, because this could be a higher high for the market to put in a higher low and go back up. If you didn't see those recent videos that I just put out over the past 2 weeks talking about those patterns and what to look for with those patterns, please go check those out. I think they will be extremely beneficial to you because we have had a ton of those setups over the past few weeks. All right, and then of course, high of day, low of day, that could also be an indication. For example, we had a low of day in London. They spiked through it in the gap time. Or maybe we had a low of day in Asia, and London spikes down through the low of the day and pulls back in the gap time. New York is the trade. Things like that can help you or give you a really good thesis going into your session. Look at this. Well, this was pretty recent, all right? This was gold. I think I actually used this slide show in a video. Whatever. We broke this previous day's low in an up-moving market, and then we triggered it on the day as well. And I'm still fanboying over this setup because it's just so beautiful. We get a lower low, 3 pushes back to the high, price action pattern, peak formation at the high of the day, going vertical back down through the low. Love it. Structure on the day, making higher highs and higher lows. Maybe I had a 3-day opportunity that was looking really good to go short, and then we broke and made lower lows on the day, and I need to look for an opportunity or some way to get into the market. Okay, we've made a lower low. Let's look for a lower high to be formed for me to look for a long squeeze opportunity. Up, down, up, engulfment, enter. Trend trades. So this is going to be really relevant for today and for eternity. As long as the market is opening, making a high, making a low, and closing, this is going to be relevant. All right, markets in breakout, triggering previous day's low. We're in breakout to the downside. We triggered the low, looking for pumps for dumps. Okay. Back to the playbook. Looking at the playbook, we have reversal trades, 3 days of breakouts, 3 sessions of breakouts. Okay, outside days or these heartbeat patterns as well. Spiking low, spiking high, looking for squeezes. Large decline days, looking for squeezes. First green days can be either trend trades or reversal trades. If we're in a weekly breakout to the downside, to the upside, and then we have a dumping sort of 3-day template on in the week, and then we get a first green day, but we're in breakout to the upside on a weekly scale, that's a trend trade. You could also have reversal trades where the market's been going down, you get a first green day, and then we get the pump back up. Same thing for first red day, just in the opposite direction. Trap trades are always trend trades. We're in breakout to the downside. We get a pause day. They triggered the previous day's low, and then we're looking for the pump up for the continuation. I'm only taking these from closing price. Only taking these from closing price. Or, in some cases, maybe the previous day's levels. But essentially, I'm only looking at the levels. All right. The one I really wanted to show you is this. A lot of times, week one breakouts, you get 3 days of breakouts, and it gets you thinking, oh, here we go, time for that reversal trade. But we're breaking out to the downside, and the easy trade tends to be the trend, especially in those first week or maybe even the second week. And we're in like week one breakouts on a lot of pairs right now, and we've been trending lower. So I just want to point this out now. You know what I'm talking about, so maybe we can chat about it later when we're looking at some of these pairs. All right, we're about 15 minutes in. I've been running my mouth. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I just wanted to get through a little bit of this right now. Yep, exactly, shaky. I'm going to slow it down. On any of this stuff, does anybody have questions over these 2 slideshows that I've gone over so far? In these live streams, I don't just run my mouth. I ask questions to make sure that you all understand what I'm talking about, and I'm not just blowing through material and nobody's understanding what the heck I'm saying. If you have questions, please put up a 1 or ask the question. If you have no questions, throw up a 2 and I'll keep going. Please like the stream. I agree. I appreciate that. No questions? Let's go. All right. Let's go to the charts, and we'll take a look. We'll take a glance. All right, and I've got a lot of annotations up here already, not because I want to rush through this with you all, but I am trading with my webinar group this week, so I don't want to neglect them by spending too much time here. I want to be able to get back to them and trade with them. So, Nasdaq, been in breakout to the downside. All right, this is the first, we've been going up. All right, market go up. And then now, the previous week made a high and a low. And we have broken out of that low, and we have been trending lower. So why do I tell you this? Well, number one, could the market, we have 3 days of breakouts, could the market reverse from this point? Yes, absolutely. That is a signal. I should be looking for that reversal if it were to present. However, the market is also in breakout to the downside. We might be in a strong pull down, and we've pumped up off of the low of the week and gone sideways. So the trade that I am likely to be looking at or looking for is going to be this one right here. All right, we're week one breakouts down. We're in breakout to the downside, making lower lows and lower highs on the day. I am going to wait for them to start breaking down. If they don't break down, they put in peak formation lows and just keep going vertical to the upside, well, then I know that I need to just maybe do nothing. And that'll be okay. Max, if you want to go back, you asked who invented all the stuff that we experience. The market. The market is, in my opinion, might just be a well-known fact. It is a display of human behavior, human nature. And all this stuff has been around. All of these concepts have been around since the early 1900s. If you go and study Wyckoff, if you go and study Dow theory, all of this stuff, Elliott wave, the 3-day cycle, George Douglas Taylor, all of these concepts have been around since the early 1900s. More recently, Dalton, I think in the 90s, BTMM, Beat the Market Maker, and of course, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. All right. Good stuff. Let's go to US 30. I'm looking for 3 levels of rise. I'm waiting for this to break down and continue lower if it presents. US 30. Now, US 30 is presented a little bit different than the Nasdaq, and that's okay. Still in breakout to the downside. Except, actually, I think, are we... Yeah, so last week closed in breakout down. That was a confirmed 1 week down breakout. We got an inside day on Monday, and then we got a peak low, peak high on Tuesday. So this is going to be one of those heartbeat patterns. This is turning into a 3-day rectangle. We've triggered the high of the rectangle. So from this point right now, what are my thoughts? What are my 2 scenarios, if you will? Number 1, we have a first green day. They've triggered the previous day's high yesterday. They've also triggered it today, which could be an indication for everybody should be jumping out of their chair and screaming, dump for a pump. Okay, option 1. First green day, possibly looking for a dump for a pump. Am I going to personally take that trade? I don't think so. However, we are also in a breakout market to the downside in a 3-day template at the high of the current week. And I just showed you all a template that would resemble something along these lines. Where did it go? Get back over here. Where's the trap trades? Something like this. Okay, we get a first green. They go sideways. I get a squeeze at closing price. That is what I will personally be searching for and waiting for to happen. And if it doesn't happen, well, yeehaw. And I think on the 5-minute chart, I think we've made a lower low. We made a higher high today. We've came back down. We've hit and made a lower low. But we are also, let's see, end of day consolidation. Yeah, we're kind of on the inside of a box. Gonna be careful with this one. I'm looking for a sell high, Shaky. Is that what you said? Yep. We will see. Okay, oil. Oil doesn't look bad. We got breakout day 1 from Friday. A pump for a dump on Tuesday. We triggered the previous day's low in a down moving market. They pumped it back up to the high. The high failed, and we're broken out now to the downside. Reset, day 1 breakouts down. Market only does 3 things. I project that level across because we closed in breakout. Market came down and triggered the previous day's low. We have not broken out of the previous day's low, but we have triggered it. Option 1. They have pinned through the previous day's low in a market making lower lows and lower highs. I wait for them to pump it back up. Do we have inventories today? Can someone tell me? I forgot to look again. Pretty much every Wednesday, I'm like, oh man, I need to check and make sure inventories are today, not tomorrow. Fauci, no. So if there is inventories today at 10:30, then I'm gonna wait till after 10:30. If there's not, I'm green light at 9:30, and we'll go from there. But this would be a pump for a dump. Trigger previous day's low, pump it back up, go vertical to the downside. Great. If not, the only other setup or thing that I could be paying attention to is we're at the low of the current week. We have a creeping trend down into the low. If they start making higher highs and higher lows, you already know. We might be going back to maybe the breakout level. We're really far away from that breakout level. We might be looking at a short squeeze coming off the low of the week. Back up. They've gone low. They retested the low. If they can't go any lower, the only place they're going to go is back to the high. Y'all asked some funny questions. Anyways. Let's go to gold. Hold on, I got to recover from this. Whew. All right. Gold. Breakout day 1 to the downside. All right, they had triggered the previous day's high. Also, this was the pump for a dump pattern over 3 days. All right, really nice. I actually missed this yesterday, looking at and watching indexes. And actually going into the session and talking with the webinar group, I just wasn't really too sure. I was looking for this that happened over here. I was looking for it on this day over here. And I actually got stopped out of a trade over here. Looking for this exact thing to happen. And then when it actually started to take place over here, I just wasn't on board with it. I was watching the other indexes. But still a really clean pattern. They in an up-moving market go up. Market trigger previous day's low. 3-day pattern. All right, beautiful. Now we're in breakout to the downside. Things are evolving. Okay, we've attempted to go back up. We're in breakout. We've tested the breakout level. We've made a lower low on the day and gone back into consolidation. So, personally, I like this. Peak formation low, peak formation high. I'm waiting for 9:30. We're going to see. But, man, this thing is pretty. It's looking, I feel like it's looking, the more I look at it, the better it looks. Oh, yeah. Let's go to the U.S., the Russell. Out of everything, instead of me trying to guess and figure out what's going to happen next, I think the Russell is probably my least favorite of the indexes today. And recently, the Russell has just been putting in some incredible trades. TR, look for what? Are you talking about for gold? I'm going to look for a squeeze. We made a lower low on the day. If the squeeze confirms, great. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to wait and see if something else starts to present. We're in a market breaking out to the downside. We've broken down and gone into consolidation. I'm looking for low-hanging fruit back to the low. Previous day's low. If it presents. That's a big if it presents. Everything I'm doing right now is just speculation up until that bar forms and confirms the thesis. All I can do is have a thesis, but that doesn't mean it's going to be correct, of course. All right, Russell. Like I said, kind of my least favorite. We're in a down moving market. We've triggered the previous day's low yesterday. The breakout has failed. Could be an indication for two things. Either this is a lower low in a down moving market. We come back up, go into consolidation, and we go back to the low for a trend trade, which would be fine. That's a pretty standard pump for a dump. I'd be fine with that. Otherwise, we've got 1 day of shorts triggered into the market, 2 days of shorts triggered into the market, 3 days of shorts triggered into the market. Possibly maybe squeezing to go back towards the high. I don't know. And I really don't like the fact that we have this peak, high, and low at the end of New York yesterday that we're just sitting on the inside of the end of day consolidation. That could be an indication that today turns into a narrow range day. This could be an indication that today is just consolidated, maybe whiplash, a bit of a range day. And I don't really want to guess. I don't want to guess whether or not that's going to happen. So I'll keep an eye on it just to see if we go to the outside. But I'd really like to be either up here or down here at the very least before I start looking to do anything. Okay, for anybody that maybe joined in a little late, we'll go back, take a look at Nasdaq. This is my thesis. My two situations for the trade. Okay, is there any pairs that you all would like me to look at? We've got about maybe 10 minutes. All good. All right. What do you have? What question do you have, Max? Is it the antisocial thing again? Oh man, I feel the wheels turning on you, Max, and you're just typing aggressively right now. I don't even know what that means in this language or any other. No, Max, he's just he's gently trolling. That's fine with me. He's not doing anything malicious. Yeah, but they're not malicious. It's all right. Keeps it lighthearted in here. That's what I like. As long as it's not gross or nasty or anything weird, then whatever. Analysis on pound dollar, pound CAD, and Swiss. Let's get back to trading. Oh, I've just copied a price. I didn't mean to do that. How about we stop doing that? There we go. All right, pound dollar. All right, so number one, which way have we been going? Week one breakouts was, or have we been going up for a while? Oh, we've been going up for a little bit. Okay. So we got peak formation, week one breakouts. Oh, they reset it over here. And then now we've got week one breakouts the last 2 weeks ago. Week two breakouts. We triggered the previous week's high at the beginning of the week and dumped it back down into the low. And that gave us a first green day. Okay, this is a first green day in an up-moving market. I don't know what I just started typing. I started typing something on my other screen. Okay, first green day. Okay, today has touched or triggered the previous day's high. Unfortunately, it's kind of came down and made this lower low as well, and then just gone completely sideways. Well, I really liked everything. Who was this that asked this? Just nothing. I really liked everything right up until I started seeing what this looks like. Now, we could start to break out and do more, but the fact that, you know, we made a first green day. This is my closing price from yesterday. Definitely make sure you have this closing price up there, because this might have broken down and we might be looking at a pump for a dump back to the low of the week. So first green day, if it's a trap, you know, of course, be careful, but it's a first green day in an up moving market. Peak formation high, peak formation low, consolidation in the middle. I would have to be looking for the squeeze to go back to the high of the week. But I'm not really too sure about this consolidation here. What was the other pair that 844? It's unfortunate. This, if it didn't look so gross here, like for example, if this would have came down in this dumping motion, and then we were just sitting down here at the low in some kind of like 3 push pattern, they made a higher high and pulled back. My idea or thesis would be completely maybe shifted. Like this pattern just doesn't look that good. But if it had been something more like that, down lower and more consolidated and not as whipsaw back and forth, which is a ranging tactic, I'd probably like it a lot more. Pound CAD. Ooh, that's interesting looking. Let's go out of here. Okay, pound CAD, market go up. We're in breakout to the upside. Week one. Now we're into week two. Day one breakouts, day two breakouts. We're into day three breakouts. Okay, so day two breakouts on a Tuesday, or just an opening range breakout on a Tuesday. Original setup would have been to look for the trend continuation trade if it were to present, which it did. making lower lows and lower highs on the day. We make the higher high and start to make higher highs and higher lows. Didn't go vertical. Whatever. Breaks the high, makes a higher high. 5 o'clock, pulls back. We're all in the gap time here. Things are evolving and adapting. Would I be willing to continue to watch this and trade this? Maybe not. The only thing I could look for now, whoever asked this, just nothing. The only thing that I think I could probably watch for now would be some kind of like high of day reversal. And that would be more because it's at the high of the week as well. But I would have to wait for it to make a higher high, make a lower low, pull back, go sideways, and then engulf. And that would be the steps I would have to wait for. Otherwise, I would just not do anything on this. This was the actual setup, like the larger 3-day setup was down here. Appreciate you, Shaky. Hope you have a good day. US Swiss. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Let's take a look at this one. Ooh. Okay. So out of the 3 pairs that you've just given me, I like this one the most. Now it's moving a little bit early. It's already moved quite a bit. It's 8:46 in the morning. So personally, maybe missed it. I don't know. Maybe something to keep watching. But just for the sake of understanding why the moment I saw this, it stood out to me more than the others. We're in breakout to the downside. There was a consolidation down low. They spiked up once. They spiked up twice. They spiked up a third time. In a down moving market, made a lower low, went back into consolidation. Perfect. Perfect. That is ideal. Okay, one thing that I would caution and advance, or not, nope, bad words. One thing I would caution is this came in sideways, consolidation, spiked the high, we've spiked the low. Make sure that it's not going to pull back up into this range and go vertical to the upside. That's the only thing I would be concerned with. Other than that, template-wise and criteria-wise, very nice. Consolidation, 1, 2, 3 to the high, 3 levels. Breaks down, makes a lower low on the day. Looking to target maybe the low of the day in a down-moving market. Hey, Max, the one thing I really try to avoid here is politics. I think that'll just keep the... I think that'll probably keep the people from yelling at one another. TR, you have a good day. I'm in Australia? Max? No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, I think we're going to go. It's been a good stream. Enjoyed interacting as always. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Good rest of your trading week. I do these every Wednesday and Friday, usually at 8 a.m. This week, it'll probably be 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a video coming out pretty much every single week. Great little slideshows and the opportunity now to, if you comment on any of my videos, we're going to vote at the end of this week to determine which one was the best one. And from those comment section, I will pull winners for the giveaway. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.